Now, I want you to take a look at this video. It happened in Lagos last weekend. At the time when Tinubu's wife was going somewhere and the road was blocked. I want you to take a look at this video and confirm if Nigeria is not a useless country. Tell me what it is.
Who the kidnapper? Okay, we go no be kidnapper, Abi. And Nigeria go kidnapper, Abi. No problem now. Oyinbo dey pass since now. They allow Oyinbo dey go, but kidnap Nigeria na Japan cause proof for here. Wetin go concern me? Wetin concern me? So in house dey here. Me I no be citizen. Who fucking house? Fuck Oyinbo fucking house. Wetin concern me with that one? Oyinbo dey feed me now. They chop me some Oyinbo money ni. Which kind of pattern be that one? I dey here since how many hours dey here? Now tell me say na in house with this. Wetin concern me? Since now I don't too much now. We just there since. Because of president's wife. Hey.
Good. Do you really understand what transpired there? Did you understand that Nigeria is so useless to the point that even in Nigeria, our citizens or citizens of this country are not regarded as anything? They are regarded as second class compared to foreigners in Nigeria. Something that cannot happen anywhere in the Western world. We are not talking about the president passing and the roads are blocked. That is a normal standard procedure anywhere around the world. Now we're talking about president's wife. Okay, no problem. Then why is it that Nigerians will be stopped and then foreigners will be allowed to take a pass, to use the road, to go through, while Nigerians are stuck in one place? Because someone is taking a pass on the road. A president's wife, as they said. And you tell me that this country is not useless. This is the reason why Nigerians must understand that they are victims of bad governance. Nigeria will definitely happen to you. Now you can imagine if someone is on an emergency or someone is rushing to attend to an emergency situation in the hospital. Maybe as a doctor, you'll be stuck there and someone will die. That person could be you or your loved ones. Don't wait until Nigeria happens to you until you understand the message you are preaching on this platform to address the abnormalities we are seeing in this country called Nigeria and beyond across Africa. Because this is the standard procedure. The kind of mentality and entitlement this never do what political class have. And the way they see Nigerians and their subjects as, you know, tools they can use, the oppressive tools that have no right or any form of respect. Well, I leave it to Nigerians. I saw this video a couple of days ago, but I decided to bring it forward today. Because Nigerians are not, they are not focusing their anger where their anger should be. They are only pursuing frivolities on the social media. Well, it's up to you. Let me have your opinion on this. I'm still Asuchino Peters, the advocate for good governance. What's your take on this video? Let me have your comment on the comment section.
So that is what we are saying from that video. We begin to see the kind of society they are passing to us and what they want us actually to believe about them. You know, what not what we want to believe about them. What they are, the signal they are sending to us, that we cannot actually do anything. After all, we are nobody. Like the guy was trying to analyze there, that we are being seen as not even 50 class or 10th class citizens. We are not by any means closer to near to whatever the status they feel that they have acquired over the years. But these are the same people that were in the past pretended as if that they are Democrats. These are the same people in the past, when they have not gotten to that level, when you see them react to issues like this, you begin to wonder that these people are actually going to get to that level when they find themselves in a position of authority. Will return back, they will return, give this back to the society. That concept of a sense of belonging, But seeing just a wife of somebody, president, taking up to 500 convoy at a go, shutting down the little space that we have to survive on daily basis, is something that amazes even an ordinary walking stick down there on the street. Even at because we see this kind of intimidation coming often and on. Of what relevant is Remi Tinubu to Nigeria now? That he's mounting the economic space of Lagos State with over 300 convoy, causing economic breakdown, causing hold-ups, obstructing traffic, and nobody's doing anything about it. And these are people who are supposed to provide selfless leadership. But you can see the kind of money they have amassed for themselves over the years, having been part of the corruption called Nigeria. That's what it is. So it means that Lagosians themselves are already warming up ahead of 2027, because they cannot continue in this barbaric way of doing things over and over and over and over again. And possibly that's why you see there's already a regime change in Lagos State House of Assembly, where we have a woman now. We have the impeached speaker trying to come back, and we are seeing the Bola Ahmed Tinubu trying to mount pressure and decide what happens at the end of the day. Lagosians themselves should stand up and put a stop to this Baba Sope politics in Nigeria, especially in Lagos State. Where the wife of the president, who is from Delta State, an Igbo woman, behaving like a tyrant. Assuming he's from the north, okay, where there's a security challenge, we'll say, okay, he's in the north, maybe that's the reason why. She's supposed to have passed Lagos State quietly without anybody noticing her. But you see 300 vehicles, attraction. At the end of the day, when you ask them one or two, they cannot be able to solve one equation or problem that is facing Nigeria. But look at the kind of amount of convoy vehicles under their watch. So what does that tell you? It tells you that Nigeria is on the verge of moral, economic, social collapse. The message they are passing there, is a message that when you look at it deeply, you begin to wonder, what is actually, are these people humans in the first place? Is there anything wrong? Are they possessed? What is actually going on? So we cannot leave the space for them. We cannot afford to leave the space for them. And we continue, we'll struggle. It's a struggle. We'll wrestle it from their hand, whether they like it or not. That's not what is going to happen. Let them continue in their own calamity. But I can tell you that the Nigerian youth, who are not tribalistic, who are not myopic, who are not party mongers, psychophants in the political party, I mean the Nigerian youth themselves, what you saw there is a national wake-up to everyone to sit up and begin to think what is going to become of their future come 2027.
What we
And
care about is our total freedom from Nigeria, from that contraction called Nigeria. This is all we are asking for. Whatever Ohanaeze is saying is their business. We don't care. We do not want any of those. What we want is total restoration of Biafra and total freedom of our people, both Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and any other Biafrans that are being held illegally in any detention in the world. This is what we want. We do not care about what these animals, Ohanaeze and Diushi, is talking about, or they are telling the federal government. We don't care. All we know is that we have submitted our document of recognition to the, again, Biafran, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, pending your area of domicile this very wonderful morning. Today is a very wonderful day. Let me go straight to the news because I don't want us to be long here. Ohanaeze seeks for 10 trillion naira from Tinubu and seeks for apology from the Tinubu administration over the 1966 coup that was just reviewed by the former president of Nigeria, Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. Okay, just in case most of you has not heard, but I know it's out there, that Babangida said the coup that happened in 1966 was actually not an Igbo coup. So, which means they have killed our people and destroyed lives and property, tagging it an Igbo coup. So today it is out there in the public domain that it is not an Igbo coup. But my own point is that, please, Ohanaeze is not speaking for the Biafrans. Ohanaeze is speaking for themselves. They are not speaking for us. They are not speaking for us. Instead of Ohanaeze to go straight and ask the government of Nigeria, the terrorist government of Nigeria, to release Mazi Nnamdi Kanu, they are asking for compensation and they are asking for apologies, which is not our business. The only way we will seek our exit from Nigeria is Tinubu should sign our exit so that we will be out there heading home. We are not interested of what has happened in 1966 or what has happened before then or after then. We are not interested. What we are interested is acknowledge our new country so that we'll be heading home. For you all to know that these animals call themselves Ohanaeze and Diushi, they are not fighting for us. They are not fighting for the Ndigo. They are fighting for their pocket. This should have been a very wonderful and a good opportunity that they will come out and address the federal government of Nigeria. But instead, what did they do? They are seeking compensation of 10 trillion naira. You know, it is all about the money. It is not all about our freedom. We just want to be totally free. We don't care about the money. To be honest, we do not care about the money. What we care about is our total freedom from Nigeria, from that contraction called Nigeria. This is all we are asking for. Whatever Ohanaeze is saying is their business. We don't care. We do not want any of those. What we want is total restoration of Biafra and total freedom of our people, both Mazi Nnamdi Kanu and any other Biafrans that are being held illegally in any detention in the world. This is what we want. We do not care about what these animals, Ohanaeze and Diushi, is talking about, or they are telling the federal government. We don't care. All we know is that we have submitted our document of recognition to the illegitimate president of Nigeria, which is Tinubu. So please, Tinubu, sign that for us to exit Nigeria so that, you know, we will stop terrorizing Nigeria. You have called us a terrorist, so there is no need of coming to beg, of coming to compensate. Just the only thing we needed from you is to sign our exit from Nigeria. Thank you so much, Biafrans, and may God bless you guys. If you don't, then I will keep repeating this. Nigeria will be worse than Somalia. It's not a threat, but it's just the reality.
Igbo Apex Group, Ohanaeze and Igbo, on Sunday demanded an apology and 10 trillion naira in compensation from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to be paid to the Igbos following the revelation by former military president Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida that the 1966 coup was not an Igbo coup as alleged. The revelation was contained in IBB's memoir, A Journey in Service. The group noted that the coup unleashed disastrous repercussions on the Igbo people among other factors, which ultimately led to the horrors of the Biafra War.
Good day, everyone. Thanks for joining me in this video. I have the statement that Ohanaeze and Igbo that they are demanding apologies from the federal government of Nigeria, and also they are demanding for 10 trillion naira because of the revelation of Babangida's book that the coup that happened is not an Igbo coup, and because of that, that is the reason why they are demanding apologies and 10 trillion. To start with, I want to categorically state that Babangida is supposed to be in jail, and it's not over for the man to be in jail, okay? It's not over for the man to be in jail, and the man's supposed to be in jail. That is the first thing. Secondly, you see the issue of the criminal justice system in Nigeria, and why Nigeria can never progress, or how Nigeria can never even come to become a great nation or anything close to nation. Then the Farotimi wrote a book about the criminal justice system in Nigeria. He landed him in jail. But here is a criminal writing on how he annulled a legal election, only election that was conducted free and fair since the inception of this contraption called Nigeria. He annulled it. He killed a lot of people. He gave oil well illegally to people, bank licenses illegally to people. He did all sorts of things, and people are hating him today. You see the kind of generation we see ourselves. Anyway, now, I have a problem with Ohanaeze and Igbo. Right from time, Ohanaeze and Igbo doesn't represent Igbos well. How could you say you are demanding 10 trillion? What is money? What is money? Before the coup, before the war, there was a hatred that led to the pogrom that happened. Igbos were killed everywhere in Nigeria. Thank God that IBB still wrote it in his book, despite the whole controversy surrounding his book. Now, after the hatred against the Igbos, the killing against the Igbos, Igbos were not safe in Nigeria at all. And not only Igbos, even people from the south, like Yorubas, were still being maltreated somehow. So that led to why we strike. Okay, I read the account of the Civil War, so I don't even need IBB's book to know that the coup was not Igbo coup. That is just the first issue there. Now, come to think about the Ohanaeze statement that they need 10 trillion. It's not what Igbos want, okay? That is not what they need. The average Igbo man wants a separate nation, a separate region, where they can have or take control of their resources, their, what is it called? Their security and everything. And average Igbo man needs Biafra. You might not like the way it sounds, you might not like it, but that has been from the beginning, and you can't stop it. The political, vagabonds we have today can't stop it. What you think or you know can't stop it. The Biafra idea is like a religion. You see, when you said you want to wipe away Christians from the surface of the earth, or you want to wipe away Muslims from the surface of the earth, is something that is impossible. You can't do that. So that is the way Biafra is. Biafra is like a religion. Even people come in, people are not up to 16 years, talk to them, they know where they stand. Because the next generation is not going to be funny, okay? It's not going to be funny. Not at this time where even the reason to get angry is still coming out. I thought Ohanaeze will just organize a protest and start protesting because of the revelation of IBB's book. For over the years, they have used the coup. Even people knows, Obasanjo, all these people, they know that it was not an Igbo coup. Because these people, they just want to hang Igbos. They said it's an Igbo coup. Because of this, Igbo man will not rule the nation. Whenever Igbo man wants to get to the power, do this. Make sure Igbo man don't get to the power. And the hatred is still on till today. And that is why this country can never be won. People don't like the way we talk, but you can't stop it, because no matter how the lies last, the truth will always come to the limelight. And you can see that, and there was a counter coup after the first coup that led to the massacres of Igbos. Tell me, the person that led the first coup, they call him Kaduna and Zogun, that he is an Igbo man. He is not an Igbo man. Apart from that, his parents are from Okpanam today in Delta State. The man was born and brought up in Kaduna, and his name is even Kaduna Ezogun. And he speaks Hausa language fluently. He don't speak Igbo language very well. So what made him Igbo? These are the things that people don't know. That is just the reason why history is very important. So the issue of this Ohanaeze demanding 10 trillion is insane. It's not acceptable. The Igbos don't need money. What they need is Biafra.
The Igbo Apex Group, Ohanaeze and Igbo, on Sunday demanded an apology and 10 trillion naira in compensation from President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to be paid to the Igbos following the revelation by former military president Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida that the 1966 coup was not an Igbo coup as alleged. The revelation was contained in IBB's memoir, A Journey in Service. The group noted that the coup unleashed disastrous repercussions on the Igbo people, among other factors, which ultimately led to the horrors of the Biafra War. Let me take their statement in part. The group wrote, "The Apex Igbo Social Cultural Organization, Ohanaeze and Igbo, extends its profound appreciation to General Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida for his remarkable courage in officially declaring that the January 1966 coup was unequivocally not an Igbo coup. This pivotal acknowledgement is not merely a correction of historical nomenclature, but a significant moment in our collective pursuit of justice and reconciliation, signaling a potential end to the historical vindictiveness and cruelty that have been pervasive in federal government policies towards the Igbo nation. His forthright exemption of the Igbo from the egregious classification as enemies of the northern region in the aftermath of the coup is both timely and necessary, even if it arrives decades later. The mislabeling of the 1966 coup has unleashed disastrous repercussions upon the Igbo people, most tragically culminating in the January 1966 counter-coup, which decimated a military head of state of Igbo descent. The staggering loss of life, with approximately 3 million Igbos, predominantly innocent women and children, slaughtered during this conflict, continues to reverberate through our collective consciousness. In light of these egregious injustices and the deliberate neglect exhibited by successive administrations, Ohanaeze and Igbo hereby restates its demands as articulated previously during the Justice Oputa-led Judicial Commission for the Investigation of Human Rights Violation panel in 1999. The present federal government, led by President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, must recognize this moment as an opportunity to extend a public and unequivocal apology on behalf of previous military regimes. Our demand for 10 trillion naira in reparations remains steadfast. This figure is not arbitrary, but a symbolic recognition of the indelible losses the Igbo people have endured. The time has come for true acknowledgement of these historical wrongs, which can only be rectified through reparations and sincere apologies. I mean, this was a detailed statement, and there's been a lot of reactions since that excerpt of IBB's memoir came out, where he debunked or dismissed the fact that the 1966 coup was an Igbo coup. A quick comment before I take some reactions.
Oji, IBB did not need to write in his book that it was not an Igbo coup before I had known that it was not an Igbo coup. For references, I have read, if not my last count, over 10 to 15 books on the war and what happened around that time. One of the most updated one that was not really biased was Centaure's account of the Nigerian Civil War. I've read Philip Evio's account, The Cage Bird Sings. I've read, Frederick Foster. I've read many accounts. It was not an Igbo coup. There was no Igbo coup. The narrative of an Igbo coup was to be able to hang a particular ethnic group in all of that. These were a bunch of idealists that said, oh, the way forward to obliterate this political class, this thieving political, and their problems then was the same thieving political class.
The coup plotters.
Yes. That they became very idealistic. And where did that mindset come from? It came from the elections and the fight that ensued after the second elections, after the 59, I think the 64 elections, where they saw what the political class was doing, where they saw what was happening in the south and other regions of the country. So this bunch of idealists felt that they could save the country, which was a big mistake. Ademoyega that wrote the book Why We Struck was not an Igbo man.